So, Salim, this is 50 minutes on 50 1s. Let me show you the 4 hour. So, on 4 hour, this is the way it looks. So, um, there was a previous demand zone or support here that this price tapped into and then went up and then price dropped around here, which is discount off because this move broke this high, which is structural break. So around the discount zone here, it was expected that price should have bought to the upside, but it didn't, and it broke this low and then also took out the support. This is the 4 hour. See, it took out the support. So after taking out the support, then there was this quick rejection engulfing. So see this 4 hour candle, it engulfed very strong and closed above two bearish candles. So that is the engulfing that I'm talking about. So it engulfed and closed above. This is a sign that we are breaking structure or we are shifting. So now these lows that were taken, this low and then this support that was broken, with this quick push to break the previous high, that the previous high here is a sign that liquidity has been swept and price has pushed back to break structure. This is a perfect condition for us to trade or join the big boys to trade. So when this happens, normally we should expect like a retracement after the break of structure into discount. Okay, so from here to here, if we are to measure on the fib, this area looks like a 50% or around 61.8%. Yeah, but normally we should look at below 50%, like below equilibrium. So we should look at price dropping to somewhere here, then we can buy. Okay, but it dropped here, moved up, dropped here, moved up, dropped here, and then moved up and then took out these lows, these highs here. So hitting here and dropping, price could drop to sweep these lows also into this area like here and then go for a buy, or price can just break these highs, it can drop to retest, that is a break and retest, and continue to go to the upside, which means this pullback has just given us only, let's say, equilibrium. Okay, only equilibrium, which is also perfectly fine. The other thing I'm seeing here is that look at this previous low here. Okay, and price gave us a lower low here and impulsively moves to the upside to break its high, the neck here. So once that happens, any pullback into this zone, okay, so any pullback into this zone, what would we be looking for? So I see here as a left shoulder, I see here as a head, and I will see, because this high has been taken out, I will see this pullback into this range as right shoulder, and this pattern here is this pattern here is going to give like a head and a shoulder pattern. So for the head and shoulder pattern, what I've realized is that the right leg or right shoulder that will be formed shouldn't take the low of the first shoulder. It shouldn't close below. Okay, so price hitting around this area and then stopping makes sense in that wise. That is if this pattern is a real head and shoulder. If it's not, and the price drops and closes below this area, then it means it's not a head and shoulder pattern, that which I know or which I've been seeing. So if this is also a head and shoulder pattern that is being formed, then a break to the upside here is giving us a good intention that price will want to go up. Therefore, So what do we look for after head and shoulder pattern? This is 30 minutes. Let me go to for head and shoulder pattern, we look for engulfing. So we see rejection and then engulfing. So we see rejection, engulfing, okay, engulfing to the upside. So here we see rejection, engulfing, but the engulfing was not strong. We see rejection here, engulfing, but they didn't engulf the whole candle here. It's only this area that we saw the rejection and then a full engulfing closing above. Okay, so this drop is likely just going to be a fill of this imbalance or this gap here, or a retest, and then price should likely continue to push to the upside. If this place, and where is TP1? TP1 is just going to be around the high of where price stopped before it came down to form the other shoulder. That's the TP1. If you enter your trade on the engulfing candle, if you enter the trade on the engulfing candle, so this is the first engulfing, this is the second engulfing candle. So someone who entered a trade here, but now if you entered here for a buy, you are in a loss. Okay, but where will your stop loss be? Your stop loss will likely be the low of this candle, or probably somewhere here. So let's see if price doesn't engulf, this bearish candle doesn't engulf all this place to take stop loss out, then it means this is a proper head and shoulder pattern. So how can we participate? So let's see the 4-hour also. Yes, 4-hour, we are now seeing that engulfing. So the 1 hour has given us the engulfing already. The 4-hour is now giving us that engulfing candlestick. So how many minutes do we have to close for this candle? It's now my time. We have about 1 hour and 10 minutes to close this 4-hour candle. If this 4-hour candle is able to close bullish somewhere, if it's able to push up again and close bullish in the next 1 hour, then we are likely to trade more to the upside, here being TP1. And where is this trade going to go? Probably I'll target here as TP2, because on the daily time frame, I'll target here as TP2 because on the daily time frame, that area is an area of imbalance. We see a fair value gap here. So price is taking up this whole candle, taking its high, and probably drop. If this imbalance does not hold, holding means that price is going to come down and continue going bearish, because we are in a bearish trend, and we are trying to see a reversal. If this doesn't give us a move to the downside, then, and it continues to move up and we close above this high here, we close above this high, taking this high here, then this area is going to be a left shoulder, this area is going to be a head, and this area is going to be the neck. As it breaks it on a daily time frame, we are going to see a pullback into this whole range here again, and this time the pullback shouldn't take the low of the left shoulder here out, and therefore inside that range here, after taking this high out or this neck out, we are going to find a buy entry again. That is from a daily time frame perspective, and price can push to the upside, targeting the premium zone of this area, this price action here. Okay, so that's it. Let's continue to monitor to see what happens. Let's continue to monitor to see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so price is trying to push to the upside on 30 minutes again. On 15 minutes, yeah, price is rejecting up. If this 4-hour candle closes bullish, so let's wait in the next 1 hour. If the 4-hour candle closes bullish, myself, I'm going to buy. I'm going to enter into buys. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know.